kind of rebound from Utah?
I mean, we weren't happy with how we played in Utah, but I think I look back at the LMU, we responded after that loss, so I'm hoping we have the same reaction tomorrow. But, the thing is, Utah played really, really well. I mean, they shot 73% in the first half, 19 for 26. So for me, they played really well, but we didn't help ourselves because we played very, very poorly. But that's a very difficult place to play, and Coach Roberts does a really good job.
When you look back at that 11-game run, what did you like most about the way it kind of transpired and the way that the girls kind of maybe handled it all the way through?
One of the things I liked the most was that we won in different ways. So, we won against different types of teams, so that was showing me that we're improving in different ways. I like the fact that I got to see us get more confident every game, and then we're learning how to win because we won more games there. We doubled our wins from last year. So I think just getting that kind of winning mentality. We still aren't there yet, but we're learning. We still don't have the resilience that I want because when we got punched in the mouth in Utah the first 5 minutes of the game, we were on our heels the whole time. We didn't have that grit to fight back. So that's what I'm searching for, but that does happen throughout the season. But I think that winning streak taught us to be confident and gave us some confidence in what we're doing in the process and all those things. So I think it was a good run. I'd like a couple more of those runs.
When you look at, obviously you won 11 in a row, but the last two, came in conference play, beating Arizona State, beating Colorado. What was different maybe about those two games that you can take into now having to face two ranked teams this weekend?
Well, they were hard games. So the first game to beat ASU at home, very talented team that's very physical. So that showed me like our style can work against the talent of ASU, and they're coached really well. Charlie does a great job. The second one, playing in Colorado, this program's never won in Colorado. So playing in Colorado under those conditions with the altitude against a fast-paced team with some really good guards, that also showed me, okay, we can find a way to win. And we didn't play that well. So that's a confidence thing. And then Utah, we just, we were just tired, and we just did not respond. So now I'm going to see what we're made of this week. We're playing two very good teams, very well-coached teams, and teams that have a lot of different strengths. So I'm going to see how we're going to respond to that. So I'm also curious, too, because I'm learning a lot about this team. I told you it takes about 3 weeks in the Pac-12 to see, so I can see where we're at, because I don't really know yet. I know what we're capable of doing, but can we do that consistently? So we've had tough practices this week because there's some stuff we really have to work on. So I want to see how we apply that tomorrow and then against Stanford. So these are two more tests against two highly ranked teams. But it's also two games that we're not expected to win. So do we have anything to lose? No. I'm hoping that the city rallies behind us. I want to have 6,000 people at this game, not 5. Expectations are always getting bigger. So you guys need to help me with that. But I want to pack the house. I want to create an environment here where it's really awesome and it's hard to play. And I think we can do that. So. And then I want us to produce on the floor, but I think we should play with confidence at home.
Do you build that into the preparation of the week that this is as big a home weekend as we've seen here in a long time?
No, because I don't really do that. So hopefully our marketing department's done that. But I just take one game at a time, and our focus right now is getting better every day. We're talking a little bit about Cal, but it's more about us, and then working on little things. But because we have to get back to the basics and discipline on a few things.
What do you have to do to get Kate going, and if you can, how much higher does that make the ceiling of your team?
A lot higher. Kate is extremely important. Sam Thomas is extremely important. Dominique, extremely important. Destiny and TT off the bench, really important. Kate's a starter, so I obviously believe in her tremendously. She is a freshman, so she's going to be inconsistent. I don't know any freshmen that have a perfect game every game. But it's not all about scoring. I didn't feel like she played awful in the second half of Utah. I think she did pretty good. She didn't score, but she got great rebounds. She played good defense. She was tough. So we have to find a way to get her to score and rebound. But I think that's just what she does, so she'll do that. She just has to stay out of foul trouble, so we're working on a lot of footwork and to be in a little bit better situations. But she has the ability to do that. I have the utmost trust in her, and I believe in her. And if I didn't, she wouldn't be starting as a freshman. So she's capable of doing it, but she's also learning what the Pac-12 is about. Playing against ASU, super physical. Playing in Utah when the post players are running the floor like crazy and they're strong. Playing then in Colorado against versatile post. Now playing against a different type post in Stanford. Alana steps outside, but then she's going to be playing in Igwe. So she's a freshman. It's all new to her. So I expect her to be up and down. So, but she'll be fine. Hey.
Speaking about Anigwe, last year, the team was a lot different. You had Sam Thomas guarding her.
Yeah.
Who are you going to have this year?
We'll have obviously more size. We're going to have different people because she is so good
Yeah.
that we won't have one person guard her. She's that dominant that she makes teams adjust to her. So we'll definitely, Dominique will guard her, Kate will guard her. I'll have different people guarding her. And we'll guard her in different ways.
Ari had said in San Francisco she wanted to average 6 steals per game. I think she's right around 3. And she said today she also had wanted to kind of be in that 6 range as far as assists. Were those realistic goals? I think she's 4 and 3. Where did you kind of think she would be in that respect?
Well, 6 steals is a lot. She averaged 6 steals a game. That's great for us. I think that's high. I think she's capable of averaging 3 or 4 a game. I think her assists can go up, but we can also finish a little bit better. But Ari's mentality, she doesn't have a score first mentality. We've kind of turned her into that, and I know it probably looks like that, but that's not her innate characteristic. She likes to pass. She likes to get people involved. I've been telling her we need her to score, but we also need to, get the ball out of her hand a little bit because we're stagnant when she has the ball. So we need to move her a little bit, and I need to do a better job of that. But I think she's capable of averaging 6 assists. We just got to finish a little better.
How do you think she's handled the increased attention both on the court and then from media?
She's not going to change. She's who she is. She's not into all that. She's not about all that. It's not important to her. The most important thing for her is to win, and she'll do anything she can to help us win. I think that's just all a plus, and I think it's great for her. I think her mom's way more excited than she is, which is great. Her mom's been pumped, but because when we talked about when she was thinking about coming here, I had a vision of her doing some great things. I didn't know what that would be exactly, but I knew she could be successful, here. So she's done a great job.
Do you ever think she would be doing what she's doing now, though?
I knew she'd be dominant. I didn't think she'd be leading the country in scoring, but I thought she could be for sure 18, 20 points a game. I knew she's a great rebounder. That's why we recruited her at Washington. And I knew she could score. She could score in high school. That's who she is. And I know that you can't teach quickness. So she has that. But she has to improve a lot. Ari has a couple areas in her game that she has to get better at. But she's working at it. She will get better. I think you'll see a much different Ari even next year. So watch out, Pac-12.
So what do you think it does for the program for her to get this kind of attention?
I don't really think about that. I think it's good for the program, but winning's better for the program. So having players like her that help us win, players like Kate, players like Samaje, players like Dominique Titi, it's just good for the program, but we need to win. To me, we haven't done anything yet. So we're doing great things off the court, we're doing great things on the court. So, but it's a process. It takes time. I don't really think about the recognition. I'm glad people are watching our kids.
How much do you think playing at UW with Kelsey Plum helped her mentality of what it takes to be good?
I think it's helped her a lot, but I thought it would even help her a little bit more. Kelsey was someone who worked probably 4 hours a day extra on her own.
Yeah.
Ari sometimes will do that, but not to the same level. I think that she's going to start doing that in a year or so, because you always look back, and one of the people that's talking to her a lot is Kelsey.
Okay.
Chantel Osar, because I talk to them a lot and they talk to her a lot. So I'm going to keep people consistently talking to her, all the pro players I know and stuff, if she wants to really do that. She wants to do that. But I think it helped her with just the mentality and her watching Kelsey improve her game every year. Because Kelsey did not come in her freshman year like how she left. I'm talking about physically, mentally, everything. She always worked, but she changed so many things. So I think that was really helpful for Ari to see that and watch that process.
Uh-huh.
And I think that it also gave Ari a dominant mentality. But she's so competitive, and if you watch her flex sometimes, I like that. I like that emotion. I don't think you can teach
What
that.
do you mean flex?
Like she flexed, like,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
she's pumped and in
Yeah.
it and passionate. And those are the players I like to coach. They want to win. That you look them in the eyes and they're like, let's go. I don't think you can teach that. Like Kate has that too, but we're getting more of that, and we'll get more of that because I'm going to find players like that. But just with that mentality of toughness and grit.
You've talked a lot about Ari's fearlessness. How much do you teach that? And I've noticed a lot lately that when she does drive to the basket, she'll sometimes intentionally try to draw that contact to maybe get the and one. How much are you guys teaching that, or is that kind of part of the process?
Well, we teach her to not shy away from the contact. I think some of that's just her. I don't think a lot of that stuff you can teach. I think you have that or you don't. Like me, I miss some shots, elbow someone. Like that's just kind of, I think that's who you are. You know, so it's finding players like that. Like Kate has that. Kate is like, eye of the tiger, rawr, you know. She's like, you don't have to tell her to be intense. She's intense. But there's not a lot of players like that. There really is. And Kelsey was different. Kelsey was different because you could sit there and you weren't going to tell her she wasn't going to be something. She had that mentality. It's like, oh, yes, I am, because I'm going to work hard on every single person and I'm going to do it. But that's not something you can teach her. That's how she is. And that's what separates the Dianas, the Laurens, the Cheryl Swoops, the Cynthia Coopers, the Lisa Leslies. They're different. Katie Smith, they're different. It's a different mentality. It's a different edge. It's a different hunger. And most players don't have that. And you don't see that a lot in college athletics. And I was surprised my first year at Washington. I was looking around like, wait, 15 minutes before practice, no one's out here. In the pros, an hour before practice, you are working on your game. It's the expectation. So what I'm trying to do, just like Chantel, Sarah, Kelsey, change that culture at Washington, I'm doing that here. So finding those players that are hungry and help change that culture. But it takes years.
Anything else? All right, thanks, Coach.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.